What is up, guys? Today we are inside of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, and today I'm going to show you guys two really game-breaking glitches that I found during my experience of the game. The first one we're going to check out is an evaporator, which I have made a video on before, but I changed it a little bit and it works better on small units now. Big units it doesn't do as good, but it works better on small units. So, if you didn't see that video, then you're gonna find out what happens right now. It literally evaporates the units. I don't know why that one went flying over here. But as you can see, there started off being one. Now it started off being two. Now there's one, and then now there's none. So yeah, it's a pretty cool glitch. Also, I'll show you guys how to do both of these glitches at the end of the video. But yeah, so we have our evaporator. As long as the shot hits him, it's basically a guarantee to just evaporate him. As you can see, he's not inside of the projectile. He is nowhere on the map. As you can see, if we go on the map, there is. I'll even do it on a different map that's more open. Just that way you guys can see that he's literally just not. He's just not on the map. So we will do this map right here. Now, on bigger maps, it doesn't work as well as on smaller maps, so it might fail, but if it does, it's fine. So basically, we shoot, we miss, we shoot, we hit, and he's gone. He's just gone. So as you can see, there is times where it just kind of doesn't work. He kind of just doesn't die for some reason. So in this case, and this is kind of rare. It's like a 10%-ish chance. On most big maps. On this map, it's like one of the biggest maps in the game, so there's a higher chance. But as you can see, red victory. He's alive. He's perfectly fine. Again, we'll do it again, and then I'll search around the map for him, so he gets teleported somewhere, somewhere. And as you can see, if we go around the map, first we'll start in the open places. He's nowhere over here. He is not over at these ruins. He's not over on that island, by the way. They can't really reach the island. The thing that I learned when testing some experiments on the maps is that you can really only put units on that island and this island. And that rock. But as you can see, he's not over here. He isn't over here. He's not inside of this area right here. He's not inside of the lighthouse area. And he's not on this mountain. So, where is he, you might ask? Well, I'll show you guys that later on in the video. It's pretty cool, honestly. I don't know why this is a thing in the game, but it is. Now, on bigger units, like I said, it doesn't really work too well. They either just take the hit, or they kind of just do that. They kind of move like 2 inches, and it doesn't do much. So note, it doesn't do much against big units. It's only like small and average sized. So like if you get something the size of a stoner, then about that size is good. I haven't actually tested it out on something like the Jarl, which is kind of in the middle of big and average. So we'll see what this does. I doubt it will work on him. Because he just got teleported over to here. So yeah, it doesn't really work on these units because they're kind of big. Why it doesn't work on bigger units, I have no idea, but it works pretty well on small units. So that's pretty cool. Just take them out. And I think it actually works this time. Okay, if he gets confused, like if he just steps everywhere, okay, yep, it somehow worked. So, on units the size of the Jarls, it can work, but it doesn't usually work. So try to do stuff that's smaller than the Jarl. We'll try the longship. I doubt it will work on the longship itself. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Oh, never mind, it's gonna work. Okay, but anyways, we are going to move on to the next glitch, which is another pretty interesting one. It's not as helpful because it still dies a lot of the time, but it's kind of funny. And yeah, it's a little bit helpful. Like it can 1v1 a tank, and it can win most of the time. Not all of the time, most of the time. So yeah, this is like a little fly glitch. I don't know why this is a thing. As you can see, he's already acting like a helicopter a little bit. But he'll do this for a while, and then he'll kind of just get stuck on the ground eventually, like this. And yeah, okay, he isn't really doing it. If he stays in the air, that's fine too. But he kind of gets down in a position where he looks like he's a sniper. um, from okay, well, he's dead. From TDS in the old days. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, snipers in Tower Defense Simulator before actually used to lie down on the cliffs rather than take a knee. But we're gonna put a clubber in here so that way the tank doesn't just one-shot him, and instead of one-shot the clubber. So as you can see, he fires and he gets launched into the air. Now, you might be thinking it's probably not helpful because he has to reload eventually, right? Actually, he still flies. How? I have no idea. But he does. So, yeah. So it's pretty broken. Basically what you can do with this glitch is you can have it so that way a unit flies right over the enemy. And he died. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, it doesn't always win because sometimes he likes to taunt them, and then his taunts are his downfall. Um, but most of the time it does work. Um, and yeah, it's pretty cool. If he's not being kind of dumb, and he actually does his purpose rather than taunting the enemy, um, then usually he's able to win. There is the occasion where he dies from something, like from going too high. That's the thing with tabs. If you go too high in the sky, you just die, and that rhymes. Okay, I didn't actually try to do that. Um, but yeah, as you can see, one unit, well technically two, but the clubber didn't do anything, so I'm just gonna count it as one. One unit just beat a tank, and it's only worth 710. It just beat a tank. The tank is worth $6,000, and this is worth $710. Also, that's automatic from the unit creator. I didn't actually set the price because I felt like it was gonna break something, and I didn't want to take the risk of the glitch breaking. But yeah, as you can see, it's a pretty cool glitch. Now, things to note about this: it can easily fall off the maps. On smaller maps like this one, so it's better to use it on bigger maps, so that way it can actually do its purpose. For example, where is he? There he is. So if I put him here, and then I'll just put him up against a mammoth, definitely nowhere near as strong as the tank. He might win, but it's kind of not. I didn't know that mammoths could jump. But as you can see, he kind of just backs himself off the map, slowly. So the chance of him getting falling into the water or falling off the map is pretty high. The only reason he won is because he tricked the mammoth to fall off the map. So yeah, I gotta give him credit for that. He's being smart. But usually on these maps, he does easily fall into the water or off the map. So you just gotta okay. You okay there, Mammoth? I don't think either of them are okay. he he has a leg stuck in the ground. And then the mammoth is okay now. So yeah, this is a very strange glitch. Why does this work? Well, I don't know. But yeah, just be careful because as you can see, like this, he's kind of just backing himself off, the map, and he gets stuck on objects easily. So yeah, he'll just kind of die because there's nothing for like he needs objects to fly up into the air. But if there's too many objects, then he'll get stuck on the objects. For example, these trees. Like he'll try to fly into the sky, and then he'll just get stuck on the tree. So yeah, try to use it on bigger maps. Also, I haven't found a way to actually really control this. So the only thing that I've found is that for some reason it gives you a space, even though as far as I know, I didn't give him any abilities. So why there's the ability button, I don't know, but it seems like it launches you into the air a little bit. But it's not as good as when he's controlling himself. Like, as you can see, it launches me into the air a little bit, but nowhere near as much as when he's controlling it himself. But if I figure out how to control this, then I'll let you guys know in a future episode. But yeah, that would be it for today's episode. But I still haven't shown you guys how to make them. So we're gonna go hop into the custom content area, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do that right now. So we'll start off with the flying glitch that we just covered. It's honestly really simple. You can give him whatever clothes you want. As far as I know, the weapon and projectile does not matter. All that matters is that his movement speed is -25, -50, -75, or -100. The lower technically of a number that it is. So like if it's 100, then the less control he has. I put it at 75 because I noticed that that works the best for him. So like 25 didn't really make him do anything. Like I'll put it at -25. As you can see, he kind of doesn't really do much. He kind of just glitches out and comes towards them and kind of just does backflips. But it's like he's trying to do backflips, but he's not really succeeding. 50 works. It's just that again, it's kind of like 25 where he doesn't exactly fly. Like he goes up into the air, but not for too long. He kind of just then falls and then just hovers. So like it doesn't really work too well. 100's good. He doesn't have as much control, but it's still good. As you can see, it's a lot like the glitch, but he backs himself off the map way faster at 100. So if you ask me which is the best one, I'd say -75 because because he has more control over himself, but the glitch also doesn't completely break like it does with 25. And a little bit of 50. So yeah, just in my opinion, you can give him whatever you want. Just make sure that his movement speed is -75. Again, he can do it to -100, -25, -50. It doesn't really matter, as long as it's working. Now, one thing to note: you should probably put his hit points or HP at kind of a high number, like 1000, because otherwise he's just going to fall, because he does occasionally fall, and he's just going to kill himself. So yeah, basically if he does this and doesn't manage to catch himself in time, then he's just going to fall and die. So with this, he can fall once, like he can fall once or twice and not die, but it's not overpowered. If you ask me, this itself is overpowered. But yeah, and then I don't think the unit cost matters either, or the picture. Uh, it just matters that it has that movement speed that you wanted. If it's a normal number, then he's just gonna like zoom around the map if you put it at a high number, and then nothing else will really happen if you just put it at the normal number. So yeah, that's how that one works. Now for the evaporator. This one is really simple. I don't know why this is so simple, but it is. So you're just going to want to head over to stats. You can put his hit points to whatever you want. I put it at 500, just that way he doesn't just get one-shotted by projectiles, and instead it takes like 2 shots. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put damage to -100. And for some reason, it just kind of makes it so that way no matter what projectile hits him, he kind of just glitches under the map. I'm not sure if it works with every project. Okay, I accidentally just got rid of the flintlock pistol, so we're just gonna add that back. Because he kind of needs that. So select this flintlock. Don't do the one with the drop, otherwise he's just gonna drop it after one use. And then you're gonna want to turn this to the projectile that you want. I put it on Wand Sun. I don't know if other projectiles like the pumpkin will work, so we can figure that out right now. But yeah, basically you just put it. Okay. As you can see, he kind of died. But yeah, you basically just put Wand Sun or other projectiles. No. So the pumpkin does not work. Instead, okay, never mind. The pumpkin does work. But yeah, you basically just put it at whatever projectile you want, and that's it. So everybody, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you want some more want some more tabs. And everybody, peace out.